Hey guys, it's Charmise Idris here, and 3 years ago today I started Charmed Bath & Body, which is my soap slash cosmetics business. And today I wanted to bring you a video on what I wish I knew before I started my business, to hopefully help someone else out there. But these are things that I learned along the way, or like rather quickly once I actually got into the business side of soap making and cosmetics making. So stay tuned. So these bullet points aren't in a very specific order, but this first one I think is very important, and it took me too long to figure out, is that you should have a target audience or target market for your soaps, cosmetics, candles, whatever you're selling, because I was like, it's soap, you know, people need soap, so they're gonna buy soap. But I'm not the only person who makes soap. Just because I make it does not mean that people are gonna come buy it. So, you know, people are looking for all natural soaps, so they don't want the extra colorants, they want essential oils. There's other people who like the cutesy soap, so it's all different shapes and sizes and different colors and all that good stuff. I was not really either one of those things, so I kind of had to just find my area of selling soap and cosmetics, and I finally did after a while, but it is very important to do that. So yeah, the next thing that I would say that I wish I knew before I started was that creating wasn't going to be the biggest part of my day. So the biggest part of my day now is not making soap. I have a specific schedule, and soaping and creating is not, it's probably about a third of my day, but a lot of my day goes to social media and content creating. So as a part of a business, you're going to have to do the business side, of course. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but that's what it is. So yeah, you're not just going to be making soap because you need to figure out how to sell it, especially if you're on doing e-commerce. You need to be creating your social media posts and all that stuff. You're supposed to do 3 a day, but I don't really. But I'm going to one day, one of these days. This next thing, it really goes big for me because I learned how to make a lot of things in the beginning. I'm still learning how to make a lot of things, but just because I know how to make these things does not mean I need to sell these things. Yeah, I started this channel because I had a lot of recipes in my head and I wanted to get them out instead of keep putting them in my business, spending money to make the labels and all that stuff. So just because I know how to make it does not mean that I need to sell it. That is what contributed to a lot of my product fluctuation. So at one point I was selling liquid soap, and then I stopped, and then I started again just because I wanted to make it. I needed to be more consistent, which I knew that I was supposed to be consistent when I started out, but didn't realize how consistent things needed to be, because people get used to buying something from you and then they go buy it and then it's not there and you say you're not going to make it anymore, and then you end up making it. It's just a whole thing. So just because you know how to make it, that does not mean you need to sell it. Speaking of telling yourself no, the next thing I wish I knew or realized is that it's okay to tell people no. Of course I like money, but I don't always need to stress myself out to get there. The other day someone asked me to make 4,000 bath bombs. At a time I make about 500. That's the most I ship out at a time, and this person wanted 4,000, and I'm a small batch person and I'm not making 4,000 bath bombs in a week to send out. So I had to tell them no. And then another thing that I have to constantly say no about is making custom labels, because you're on Etsy. A lot of people do custom labels and other things. I don't. Of course I'm capable of making custom labels, but that's just not something that I care to do. So it's okay to say no. I tried in the beginning. That's just not for me. And that kind of goes into my next thing of doing what's best for you and not comparing yourself to other people. In the beginning, I compared myself to other people all the time. I still kind of do it sometimes, just not as bad. But I would see people on Instagram, Facebook further than I am, younger than I am, been doing it less time than me, and they're much further. Like, it got discouraging, but it didn't help. It didn't motivate me. It didn't push me further, so I had to stop comparing myself. The next thing I wish I did, and I'm still working on doing, is delegating. So I suck at delegating things because I'm like, I can do everything myself. No, I can't, and I don't want to do everything by myself. I make my labels, I put the labels on, I fill the things, I make the thing. No, I don't. Luckily I just hired somebody like 2 weeks ago so she could put labels on, because I hate putting labels on, and I put them on crooked, and that's just not cute. So yeah, I had to delegate that task because I didn't want to do it, and because it's not something that needed to be done by me. Like, I make my things because I'm the hand maker. That's what I enjoy doing, but I don't enjoy doing labels, so I delegated it. Or like making like if you're selling on Amazon and you don't know how to make the nice listings like everybody else, go to Fiverr. Let somebody else do that. So yes, delegating, very important to remain stress-free. Well, less stress upon yourself, I guess. Of course, in the beginning, delegating will be hard because it's just you. But as you start to grow, remember that you don't have to do everything by yourself. Even posting on social media, you can get somebody else to do that for you. But yes, delegate. So this next one is rather simple, but I wish I would have known about them in the beginning, because it would have saved me so much stress or feeling like I'm alone, more like. So Facebook groups. So I'm in a couple Etsy groups, I'm in a couple female entrepreneur groups, black entrepreneur groups, local entrepreneur. I'm in a couple, you know, entrepreneur groups, and all of them help me so much. That is mostly why I get on Facebook these days, besides the memes, of course. But that is mostly why I get on Facebook, so that I can see what someone else is doing, or if I'm having a problem, I can go to the Etsy group. I'm like, oh, somebody's having this problem too. It's like a support system. Even though I don't ever post, I don't think I've ever posted in any of them, I still feel like a support system, being able to watch other people and see other people are going through the same things I'm going through. It really helps. So this last one, I know people may not go by it, but you need to learn to stop. You need to learn to hang it up for the day, because for 2.5 years I was selling soap and cosmetics out of my home, and I had to tell well, actually my fiance had to tell me to chill for the day, because when I get tired, I get tired. Like, I let self-care go out self-care go out the window, and I just was like, well, I have to do this, I have to get this money, I have to grind, you know, all that stuff. But no, I didn't have to do all that. Of course, I do this in my set time. I use my time wisely, but working until 12 o'clock in the morning was not it for me, because I needed my sleep, I needed my self-care, I needed some relaxation, I needed to hang out with my family. I just didn't know when to stop. And I'm not going to say that got me to where I am, because it just got me tired and started making errors. So just learn to stop. Before I go, I want to thank my patrons over on Patreon. Make sure you look at their links down in the description below. And if you want to become one of those people, go over on Patreon and check out those tiers. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you have anything that you want to tell people that you wish you knew before starting your business, please put that in the comments below. If you like this video, please like the video. If you like me, kinda, can you subscribe? Thank you so much for watching. Bye.